Hi all, I'm Asanka and I'm going to do a little presentation and a demo about the project that I have done in this year Google Summer of Code. So my project is to provide Google Compute Engine load balancer support for Stratos. So let me give you a brief introduction about the project. Currently, Apache Stratos has its own load balancer and it has the capability to add any other load balancer as an extension to the Stratos. So once the user deployed the application in Stratos, he needs to come in order to access the application. The extension created by me, users will be able to access their application through the Google Compute Engine load balancer. As a prerequisite, users should deploy their applications in Google Compute Engine as in order to access the application through Google Compute Engine load balancer. So it is a prerequisite for this project. So let me give you a brief introduction about how the GCE load balancer works in GCE, not the extension, how the extension works. I'm do a brief introduction about how does the Google Engine load work in Google Compute Engine side. So it has mainly three components: forwarding, target, and health. Simply, a target pool is a set of instances or VMs created in GCE. One target pool can have any number of forwarding rules. So forwarding rule defines how to forward the traffic into VMs in target pool. So health checks are normally monitoring the healthiness of the instances. So if any instance is unhealthy, so the traffic will not be forwarded to that instance, and the other instances will handle the traffic. And so this is the abstract view of my project. So the extension is running as a standalone or separate application from the Stratos. So we can run the extension in a separate machine or in the same machine that we have hosted the member. So the Stratos load balancer API provide the topology updates to the extension, and this extension will analyze those topology updates. And after analyzing the topology updates, the extension will create relevant target pools for rules. So to do that, I have used this GCE load balancer API. So this for this work, I have used a GCE Java API client in order to get this done. So I will now I'm going to do a demo. So can you see my screen, entire screen? Hello.
Yes, Asanka, we can see the screen.
Okay. So this is Apache Stratos console I have deployed here. So here we have deployed two application. So one application has been deployed already, and this application has not been deployed, so it's only in created state. So once I click this view button, we can see this one has two VMs, two members, and one cluster. So the application structure is here, and once I log into the Google Compute Engine developers console, it's here. So we can see okay. So we can see there are two members created by that application, and this instance is holding the Stratos server, and I have done a single JVM install. So all the Stratos components, I mean message broker and the call carbon server, all the files Stratos server. So we can log into this Stratos server using SSH. So this is the WSO2 So here in this terminal window, I have opened the command line for Stratos in order to run some commands. So yeah, uh, first I will show you how to run this extension. So first of all, we have to get a clone from the Apache Stratos code from GitHub and build it. So once it built, we can see the GCE extension.zip file in the target folder in the target folder. So we can unzip into a desired location, and once we have unzipped it, we can configure some parameters. So I have done that unzipping part also. So here you can see the files related to the extension. So first of all, what users need to do is they need to authenticate to Google Compute Engine. So for that, users should go to this Google Compute Engine console and click on this credentials button. So once they click on this credentials button, uh, they can see some service accounts have been created already, or if there is no any service account, they have to create a new one. So once we create a service account, we can this button, and here we have separate credentials. So we can use this email address, this email address part, and you should click on this generate new P12 key button. Once we click on this generate new P12 key button, it will automatically create a new P12 key. So that will be downloaded into our machine. So we have to upload it into the whatever the VM that we are running the extension. So once we have completed that, we can go and configure the credentials here. So we have to navigate to the comp folder, and in the comp folder we can see that there is a file called gce configuration.xml. gce configure, sorry. So we have to edit it as okay. So here we can see the IaaS properties tag. So here we can give the project name and the relevant and path. So once you have to give the path here, and here we have to give the GCE account ID. So that is the email address that I have copied from the Google Compute Engine console. So and give the network name as if you want. So we can keep a default if you want. So and so here we have another properties for health check. So I will describe how this health check works when I once I run this extension. So it has set of properties. So by going to the Google Compute Engine wiki, we can see these properties in detail. So here we have added another property called operation timeout. So this timeout is used to monitor the whatever the API call that we are doing in the extension. So if the operation is not completed within this given time period, so that operation will be marked as uncompleted operation, and we don't monitor further. We don't monitor further that operation, and we call the we give a warn and move. So here I name prefix. So in this name prefix tag, what we are doing is the user should be able to identify what the forwarding rules, target pools, and health checks created by Stratos, and what the forwarding rules, target pools, and health check created not us. So for that purpose, I have added here name prefix tag. So you can change if you want this. So normally this GCE API URL. So this is the REST endpoint of the GCE API. So we don't need to change this. So currently it has this endpoint. So this, if once we have configured this file, you can run the extension by navigating to the bin folder. So wait, it is not working perfectly. See, okay. So before that, we need to configure the message broker configuration. So if we are running the extension in the same machine that the message broker runs, we don't need to configure this one, or else we need to configure this JNDI properties file. So in here we can give the naming provider URL and naming factor initial. So it's for ActiveMQ, and URL as localhost. So if we are running the message broker in another machine, we have to give that URL here. So once we have completed this, we can navigate to the bin folder, and in here we can see the GCE extension.sh file. So we can run this extension as a root user. So GCE extension time message, and configure the relevant target pools, the forwarding rules as side. So operation currently going on. So now creating a new cluster. So okay, so once we see load balancer instance, navigate to the whatever Google Compute Engine console here, Google Compute Engine console, and we can navigate to the load balancing and network load balancing tab. So here we can see one forwarding rule has been created. So this forwarding rule we can uniquely identify by the name prefix LB, and the cluster name is added as a single cartridge as a part of this name. So that will be done automatically by the extension. So user will be able to identify this forwarding rule is related to which cluster. So by using this IP address, uh, we will be able to access that PHP application I have deployed in Stratos. This is my PHP application. So I have added that PHP application. So once we refresh that, we can see uh, to which node we are accessing. So here when we are going to the Google Compute Engine console, here we can see the target pools section. So this forwarding rule is added to this target pool. So in this target pool we have two instances. Those two instances are these two members in Stratos, in Stratos. So once we click this target pool name, we can see this target pool. So here these are the two instances. So if there is a green mark, that means the instance is healthy. So health check is monitoring these instances. So these two instances are healthy currently. So by clicking this health check URL, you can see the health check properties also. So now I have here in Stratos we have created two applications now. One I have deployed here, other one is in created state. I have not deployed it. So now I am going to deploy this application and see what will happen to the load balancer. So I'm going to the browse CLI and run this deploy application command. So the application is application 2. So it may take some time to let's see the WSO2 carbon log. So it takes some time to create the members and initialize those members. So we have to wait until that. Meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask me. So because this might be going to take 1 or 2 minutes.
Hi, Asanka.
Hello. Hello. Hi, Imesh.
Asanka, I think Image got some kind of an echo. That might be the reason he like muted himself. Uh,
Okay.
let's see.
So if any question, you can ask me.
Hi, Asanka.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think Image got an echo. That might be the reason he muted himself. Let's wait for a minute or so to see the questions that he has. So I have one question myself. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
that alias LB, like this suffix that you had used LB, what exactly
Yeah.
was the case of that? You had put a property in the like the configuration file.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is the reason because because users can create their own forwarding rules, target rules, and health check. So by clicking on this create forwarding rule button, they can create their own health checks. So name, if we are using a prefix, so they can identify they can identify which forwarding rule, target rule, or the health check created by status and which is not. So it is it is easy to identify separately which target rule or forwarding rule is created by status. So that is why I have used this AB prefix. So users can use any prefix for that. So they can separately identify which target rule or head check created by status and which is not. So is that the answer for your question?
Uh, yes, it's kind of because I was like, yeah, I was like going to see what was the real use case of that. Yeah, like there might be scenarios which this might be useful. Okay, thanks for the explanation, Asan.
Okay, okay, thank you. So,
Hi, Osaka.
Dinesh, I can hear you, but there is a lot of background noise.
So, question is, how do you configure the health check endpoint?
Manda, I think the question is to question from Dinesh is that how do you configure the health check endpoint?
Okay, okay. So I have showed you that the properties related to health check. So I will show that here. Okay. Mm, when we go to health check, so currently we have created. Okay. Yeah. Give me a second. So according to I shown you this diagram before. So health check is related to target pool. So health check is normally monitoring the instances. So if any instance is unhealthy, health check will not forward traffics to these instances. But there is another case. If all the instances are unhealthy, health check will forward traffic to those instances, because there is a prioritized case. If there are any if there are any VM which is forward traffic to those instances other than forwarding traffic to these unhealthy instances. So this is how I configure those health checks. So we can see health checks here. Once we click the health check, it has a port and interval. So these are the important properties: the interval and timeout and unhealthy threshold and health. So that means it is seconds. It runs some command and try to connect to these instances. So that is the interval property. So timeout means if health check failed within 2 seconds, that instance will be marked as unhealthy instance. So unhealthy threshold means if there are two consecutive failures, we can configure this. So I have put here two. There are if there are two or three consecutive failures, that instance will be marked as unhealthy. Healthy threshold means if there are two consecutive successes, that health check will be that instance will be marked as healthy instance. So this is how I configured this health check related properties. So Imesh, is that the answer to your question?
Yeah, so you're basically getting the ports from the member and creating a health check in runtime, right?
Yes. So there is a one thing I have to mention here. So I currently don't get this port from member. So currently I have given this port as a configuration property to user. So we can discuss, and if we want, we can get the port from the member also.
So the problem is, say you are running a Tomcat cluster, so then we might need to run an say if we manually configure it, so it will be the same for all the clusters, right? So it will not
Yeah,
work.
for the balancer it will be same. So uh, yeah, so there is a problem. Yeah, I will fix that. So I'm willing to contribute to this project even after the Google Central Code. Then so I will change that. So the members will the port will be read from these member ports.
Yeah, anyway, this is an like additional feature, right?
Yeah,
So the load balancer level, it will do health checking and avoid sending requests to those members which are inactive.
yeah. So this is an additional feature we have in Google. So can I
Right.
continue now?
Yeah, I have another question,
Okay.
Sankar.
Okay.
So why did you use this Java GC client rather than using JClouds?
Yeah, I checked JCloud, but there is no any uh,
API for load balance.
API calls for load balancer perspective. There are a lot of API calls for creating instances, deleting instances, like compute engine side,
Yeah.
but not for load balancing side.
Okay. Right. Great.
Yeah, I will continue that. So here you can see now I deploy application. So for that application there are we will see that application in here. So we can go to view. So it has three members. So that means three instances should be created on GCIS side. So you can see that there are three instances created, but here the load balancer is mentioned. So been added to this load balancer. So the last member has not been added to load balancer. So that is a known problem in the the load balancer API. So we will see the load balancers created in here. We can go to the load balancing and create a network load balancing tab. And so there are two load balancers. So users will be able to identify uniquely by using this name. So this name says single cartridge app my php domain, and this name says single cartridge app to my php domain. So this two is given by me. So this is a cluster name actually. So by using this cluster name, so users can identify the which cluster this forwarding rule belongs. So this one is for the first application, so this one is for the second application. So we can access the second application using this IP. Okay, so this is the second application. And so uh, when I go to the target pool section, so there are two target pools has been created, but you will notice that so this target pool has two instances and this target pool has two instances. That means in Stratos side both applications should have two members, but the problem is in Stratos side one application has three members. So there is a known problem in Stratos load balancer API that in the topology the last created member is not shown. So that is why it has not added to this target pool. So yeah, I'm going to undeploy one application and configuration we go delete here. uh, Status console, status command line interface, and run the undeploy application command. So I will second application. I will undeploy the second application. So about a minute to update. Okay, so in here in the console we can see all the activities are going on. So by Google Compute Engine console we can see that members are getting deleted. Okay, so this member is getting deleted currently, so it takes some time to delete. By look carbon console we can see that all members are getting deleted currently. So once all got deleted, this this extension will remove the corresponding configuration from the status. So we can see from the log. So it says deleting head check, deleting forwarding rule, so removing the configuration, so like, so all the messages we can see here. So now we can go to the Google Compute Engine console and check. Okay, so there is only one forwarding rule now. So this is related to the first application. So we can see the application by using the cluster name here, cluster ID actually. So by going on to the target pool section, we can see this uh, uh, only one target pool currently available, and by going into the health check, we can see only one health check is currently available. So there is a known problem in the health check. I will update that so that the health check port will be read from the member port. So, so that is what if anyone have any questions, can ask from me.
So Asanka, another question. So we don't publish statistics, right? So we don't have.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Wait, so sorry. Okay, so yeah, so I had another two slides in this presentation. Sorry. So I forgot to mention that. Sorry. Okay. So here, actually, in Google Compute Engine, we couldn't find a way to get the in-flight request count, so that statistics publishing feature is not available in this extension. But in the future, I think if the Google Compute Engine API provide a way to get the in-flight request count, we can update this extension by implementing that feature also. So if I'm willing to contribute for that in future, and so for the known issue, so this is then all the members are not shown what I showed you. So thank you, Mish, for mentioning this. I completely forgot that too. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Asanka, in the auto scaling up and down, I guess you are writing
Okay.
to adding that member or removing that member from the LB cluster.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes. So that function is working now. I mean, so when I can show it now if you want. So when I access to these instances, and if I run the stress to be happen, and another one or two instances get created here. So the problem is now all the instances are not showing. Latest created one will not get added to the load balancer, but according to my logic, that should be added to the load balancer if the topology can show that. I saw that in the AWS extension also that problem is there. So once the auto scaling happens, the member is not shown in the topology, even though the member created in IaaS side. So if you want, I can demonstrate that, but load, for the load balancer, that member will not get added until we receive another token. So is it okay for you, or shall I show it here?
so we were not able to solve this problem with the activation events, right?
Yeah, I did the debug and found, but I think there is an event problem or something.
Okay,
So
right.
yeah, I
That's fine.
so
I think we are good. So if you can share the information on this, how someone else can set up this and run. Then you also have done some changes in Stratos, right, to get the instance ID and
Yeah, yeah, I have done some changes.
I think Asanka, you have written some blogs also, no?
Yeah, I have written two blogs, and so I have described some features I have added to this extension.
Yeah. Also, it is better if you can write what you research on the statistic publishing the things.
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
If,
Then
if
it is
Google Compute Engine provide
someone
that
or you can
effort,
continue in the future with the speed.
yeah,
It is
yeah, I
beneficial.
will continue that contribution in the future
Yeah.
for sure.
And Asanka, like if you have not yet published a blog post with the complete configuration and like how to set up this, how to use this, how to use your GCLB extension, it would be great if you can do it as well.
Yeah, so I have published two blog posts. First one is giving a brief introduction to this extension, and second one is giving all the instructions to the user, the step by step. So by using the second post, users will be able to configure this extension by their own. And I am willing to write another blog post for explaining this logic, so that will be helpful for developers. So currently we have two blog posts. One is for introduction, and the second one is for step-by-step configuration. So I will post these two links after this hangout to the dev list again.
Okay, Asanka, okay, understood. Sounds good.
So Isru,
so yeah, great work, Asanka. So please send an update to the dev list by summarizing the project information. So
okay,
we are planning to merge these load balance extensions in an upcoming major release.
okay, thank you. So I'm going to thank you for your support. I mean, Ishaya and Maya for this support. That's a great support you have given to me, and all the status team members. They always when I have a problem, when I publish in the dev list, they always supporting me to solve this problem. That's why I didn't get any roadblocks. So in order to get this successful. So thank you again, all the Imesh, Aya, and Diana, and Isru Aya for this great support.
Asanka,
And
thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution for the Stratos, and it's a great work. It's a great addition for the Stratos as well. Thank you.
yes, like
Thank you.
congratulations from me as well, Asanka, for your hard work and like for making the project a success. And please keep on contributing. You can like find many other areas that you can contribute to Stratos as well. And like keep on contributing to Stratos and like that would be like really useful to you as well.
Yes, I will be continue my contribution for status for sure. So thank you again.
Okay then. Thank you very much, Asanka. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Asanka.
Thank you.